Generally, Subarus aren't flashy, but the name sure is fun to pronounce. Subaru. Even better, owners tend to be happy campers. Here's something to widen the smile of a Subi fan. Impreza is new for 2017. Never a fashion statement, it appears the company may have actually consulted with a designer for this one. But that's not all. Impreza is built on the company's new global platform, which is scalable, meaning many different sized vehicles will be built off of it. Engineering geeks get this. Subaru claims the structural rigidity of the unibody is up by 70%. This sport model gets a retuned suspension with different dampers, plus a spoiler. There's sporty trim inside too. Clearly this isn't real carbon fiber. Kudos to the product planner that finally upgraded the interior vibe. It's a big improvement for Subaru. The approach doesn't change here though. Subaru uses a different kind of engine called a boxer. The pistons fire horizontally, not vertically like most power plants. That allows the engine to sit deep in the bay for a lower center of gravity. That's the sound of 152 horsepower and 145 pound-feet of torque. In a world full of 6-speed manuals, Subaru offers 5. $800 buys this continuously variable transmission with simulated manual shifting here. Remember, this is the Impreza Sport, not the WRX. Honda Civic and Chevy Cruze are quicker, but they don't get standard all-wheel drive or all-wheel drive at all. The stronger structure means engineers could tune the suspension for better driving dynamics. Well-controlled body movements will put a grin on your face. While this car is pretty comfortable, it also lives up to the sport name. It's fun to chuck into corners. That's due in part to the low center of gravity of the boxer engine. Impreza's frisky attitude sneaks up on you. Careful, or the neighbors will complain. The all-wheel drive isn't just for snow. It makes a difference on wet roads. Impreza Sport gets true torque vectoring. In other words, go into a corner and the outer front wheel gets more power than the inner front wheel. That gives Impreza a more natural cornering feel. All-wheel drive dings fuel economy. Civic averages 6 miles per gallon better. In mixed driving, I saw 28 miles per gallon. The continuously variable transmission does a good job of mimicking the feel of a 7-speed gearbox. Though when you put your foot hard into it, there is that gliding dynamic common with CVTs. There are paddle shifters that simulate manual shifts, and it feels pretty good. It's not Chevy Cruze quiet, but Impreza now does a better job of keeping the din down. Not only does the cockpit get an improved look, the interface enters the modern age. Simple and snappy, there's Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. $2,900 buys a package adding respectable Harman Kardon sound, plus Subaru's EyeSight system that will automatically brake for cars and pedestrians you may not see. Considering this is the Sport, the side bolsters could be more pronounced. No auto climate control either. I'm 5'9" and I certainly have enough room back here, even in the raised seating position. There's enough headroom. Not a lot of amenities though. No vents or power ports, only one pocket. Don't even think about heated seats in the back. This space does not come with a folding armrest, the kind that normally has cup holders. This is the only place to put a drink. If you often carry things larger than this, may I suggest the hatchback version of the Impreza with a really wide opening that you can stuff big things into. The seats do the usual split and fold for more practicality, and even though there's all-wheel drive components under the floor, Impreza manages to swallow up the same amount of TP bundles as Civic and Cruze. That's a respectable 6. This particular car retails for $26,500, a fair deal. Impreza is welded, screwed, and glued together in the great state of Indiana. And know that the second-generation Crosstrek, essentially the Impreza hatchback with cladding and extra ground clearance, will be in showrooms soon. Improved inside and out, the new Impreza should keep loyal Subaru fans happy and maybe create some new ones. Subaru is putting their new global platform right to work. It will underpin the new Ascent 3-row crossover. Essentially, it replaces the Tribeca that never caught on the way Subaru had hoped. Remember, the only Subaru that doesn't get all-wheel drive standard is the BRZ Sport Coupe. It is strictly a rear-drive machine. Now, with only 152 horsepower, Impreza is not a rocket, but I will say it's fun for everyday use. I had a good time grabbing the groceries and running errands. It's hard to see the creases in the flanks because of the black paint, but overall, the body is tastefully done. Personally, I think the 5-door hatchback looks best.
All right, everybody, this is Martin Campbell. We could not do these reviews without Martin Campbell because he drives while I get the running footage. His mother just bought a car, and you bought it for her.
Yeah, for her. Not as nice as this one, though, but it is a Subaru Impreza.
Yeah, she likes it. She's driven it, what, 20 miles?
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't drive much.
And for those who want to see these reviews 3 to 4 weeks earlier than they appear here, remember to head on over to the New York Times, where I'm a contributor. My column runs on Fridays if you're dying to catch it in the paper, like this guy.
All right, gang, that is how I feel about the new Subaru Impreza. It's a lot of fun to drive. Now, those of you who pay attention to the photography may have noticed that the weather conditions changed hourly on this shoot. It was sunny, then raining, then cloudy, then raining, then sunny. Right now, we're getting a sun shower. The weather here in the Pacific Northwest is very, very fickle, which is why Subarus are so popular. I do believe this is the brand's biggest market worldwide. We might switch with the Northeast. You know, wherever the weather's bad, people love their Subarus. That's Driven. I'm Tom Voelk.